All right, welcome to the Gloves Are Offside, where we talk football and we talk boxing. How we doing, boys?
Yeah, all good, man.
Good,
All good. Episode 3, gloves are offside.
good, good,
Good to be
good.
back, man.
Yeah, cracking. So, as the time of recording, Manchester City have just spanked Liverpool 3-0. Obviously, Arsenal got points at the top, 2-2 draw away at Sunderland. How are we seeing the title race?
Well, I think it's at the moment Arsenal's to lose. Given, look, I mean, City are going to try and catch up. They're picking up points. They're going to gain momentum. But I don't know what's going on with Liverpool, man. It's crazy, isn't it?
I think it's way too early to say it's ours to lose, especially after this weekend's fixtures. City look amazing. I say ours to lose. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan. For those who don't know, I wasn't super disappointed with the result yesterday. It's not a bad result in the grand scheme of things. Sunderland are a good side. I think a lot of teams will struggle there, but it is gutting the way that it happened to fight back after going to go down, and then you're a minute or so away with such a good defensive record. You think you can see it out, and it was quite a poor goal to concede. So it was a bit gutting for us. City look back to their best, but they have had games where they've looked like that and then games where they haven't. So I'm still quietly confident, but I think they'll push us all the way for sure. What are you thinking, Chuck?
I wouldn't be as confident as you are, but you know my view. I think that you can't, and we've kind of discussed this. I think you can't continue. You can't play the football that you're playing and win the league. In my opinion,
I thought we played well. First off, they stuck it on us a bit. They were really up for it and they stifled us, and we were getting a bit annoyed at it. But second half, we came out and played some good football. Both of the goals were really beautiful goals, and yeah, we didn't score from a set piece. That was your mob this week. So
I think
you text me saying Stoke football. I hope that's a bit of a joke because we don't play we don't play long ball football. You know, we still play our stuff. And I thought second half, that's why it was annoying to concede the goal at the end because second half we really dominated them. It's one of the best 45 minutes we played this season. The first
you
half,
played really well in the second half. I'll always give it to you.
We looked a bit like the old Arsenal in terms of they stuck it on us, made it. It was quite an intimidating atmosphere, and it looked like we weren't going to be able to get a hold of the game. But yeah, the way we come out second half, I was really happy.
I think you played well. I think you played well in the second half. I just think you actually, exactly as you say, I think one of the best halves of football that I've seen from Arsenal. I've watched all your games this season. But I think in general, the first half was bad, and like you didn't look like the best team in the league. Whereas we talk about City, who were just on earlier, and they battered Liverpool. They looked, do you know what I mean? They looked special.
Yeah. What the weird thing about it is that all of the word of the season for Arsenal, I think this season for me has been control. We've looked in control without being overly attacking and scoring loads of goals and creating chances. We've looked like we've been in control. Whereas that first half against Sunderland, we didn't look like we were in control at all. They really got up us and made it difficult. So yeah, it was a bit weird watching us like that. But like I say, second half we look better. And it's, as I say, in the grand scheme, it's not the worst result in the world. They're a good team, and I think a lot of teams will have dropped points against them and will continue to do so. But you're right, City look good, and when they're in this form, it's frightening having them chase you down. Man. So I'm not overly confident. I still think. And also, I don't want to. I know we've got the deepest squad and stuff, but we have got a lot of injuries in attacking options. We've got 5 or 6 players out up front, so we are a bit short on numbers. I know I don't want to start making excuses and stuff, but that is got to be taken into consideration too.
Let me ask you this, man. We just spoke about City absolutely battering Liverpool. Do you think it's? I don't want to say Arteta's downfall, but do you think it doesn't help when you're only a goal ahead and he's taking off attackers and bringing on defenders to shore it up? Do you think that's going to cost you long term?
Well, like I say, we didn't have much in terms of attacking on the bench. We had Ethan Wanyeri, who's obviously a youngster, and we had Harriet Luce, who's only played 2 games for the first team. So there wasn't much options to go on. I'm not sure he fully trusts Wanyeri yet in situations like that. I'd like to see him get more minutes. I think he's a quality player, but he doesn't seem to throw him on when there's something at stake. He sort of plays him in games where we're already in control of. So it is Arteta's safety first. He's never going to change. That's just how he's always been since he managed Arsenal. He used to do it all the time whenever he was in control of a game and throw on Rob Holding and put 5 at the back to see it out. That's just his nature. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want you to. I know we keep joking about this, and we talk football all week. I want Arsenal to win the league. I know, like, of the teams that can win it, because we can't win it. I want Arsenal to win the league, but I just don't know that if this is the plan, which it looks like it is, if this is how you're going to play, I don't know that this is how you win a league. I think you win the league by being the best and being dominant. And you are dominant in defence, but I just don't feel like you let that Arteta lets you attack like how he maybe should let you attack, considering the players that you've got. And I completely agree with you that you've got injuries. Like I'm actually excited for Havertz to come back because I really rate him. I watched him, when I was living in Germany. I watched him kind of come through, and I think he's a quality player. So I am excited for like some of your players to come back because that is a fair kind of like excuse, to be fair. But like I think that you need to.
This is the thing. We're missing Gyökeres, Madueke, Odegaard, Martinelli, Havertz. Even when you got these players on the bench when the game is tight, you throw them on Madueke running at you, Martinelli running at you. It gives you other options. But we shouldn't have needed it really. We got back in front and we should have seen it out, especially with our defence. It was very un-Arsenal like this season to let that sort of goal in, especially the second one. So I don't know, man. Is it 2 points drop? Probably because of the way that happened. But at the start of the game, it's not. I don't think it's the end of the world. But it's more.
Good Sunderland team. It's a very good.
Very good. Yeah. And I was hoping for a draw today, or maybe if anyone had to win a Liverpool win. Like I say, I'm a bit wary of City catching fire because you know what they're like once they go on a run. Sometimes they do have a slow start and then they just go on a crazy run up to Christmas and beyond. So it's by no means done. It's gonna be a fight to the end, man. But a Liverpool out of it,
I think
too early to say. I don't think they look like they're good enough to compete this year, but they've got enough players. They've got good enough players. Yeah, their defense is all over the place.
They just can't defend. Like it's so weird considering how good they were last year. They can't defend. It's almost bizarre. Like I don't really, because now they've put Robinson back in, which I think they needed to do. But like they just they're so open. Like I thought City could have actually scored more goals.
How do we feel about the disallowed goal?
It's a goal. I don't know what the VAR's doing.
I agree with you. It wasn't interfering with play. The goalkeeper's sight wasn't marred. I'm not really sure.
We spoke about it last week, Charlie. When VAR are looking to make decisions when they don't need to, they're looking for it and
looking for reasons to take goals.
Yeah.
And again, it's just the whole performative. The referee going over to the monitor because they never change. They always change their mind. They never stick with their decisions. They're just wasting time doing that as well.
But why didn't they look at it? I feel like it happened really quickly.
Yeah.
It just they even skipped past. They didn't even replay it.
They were saying in the studio after that by the letter of the law, it has to be disallowed, but he's just standing. He's not. I can't get around it. I don't think that's. I mean, that's not the reason Liverpool lost the game. They were terrible and City were really good, so they probably would have gone on to win anyway. But at 1-1, it's a different game, no?
Goals change games,
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think it's a 2-horse race. You know that at the beginning of the season I said City, and I think I like at the moment. I just think that you're not. I want Arsenal to be better. Like I know that you're winning, but I want you to be.
It's strange enough, like I said, I feel like second half we did take the handbrake off a bit because we were behind and we had to go for it. Whereas usually we go 1-0 up, 2-0 up, and we don't need to chase the game. But because we were chasing the goal, you can see the connections between the players. We're getting there a bit more, and we sort of, like I said, I think that's the best football. Nicest football we played 45 minutes all season, which was contrary to the first half because we were all over the place. But can Chelsea be involved? They got a good win, 3-0 against Wolves. They're 6 points off Arsenal. I don't personally think they're good enough to be in a title race, but points-wise, do they have a say?
I think they're too inconsistent. I think, they had a good result against Liverpool, and then what was the one? They lost a couple after that. Or I think they won one and lost one.
As well. They lost Sunderland.
Yeah, that's it. The Sunderland one. Europe as well. They haven't got the maturity and experience in their team.
I think that's what it is.
To lead it on. Yeah.
Too many young players. I think they've got players. They're missing Cole Palmer, who's obviously their best player. Caicedo's really good. Ceval's really good, but again, he's a youngster. I think they've got a lot of young players who probably aren't ready to challenge yet, but they're building something slowly. Again, I
In
don't
a couple
think.
of years, maybe, but yeah, right
I
now,
don't think
I
the
can't
defense
see
and
it.
goalkeeper are good enough at the
I
minute.
just think the goalkeeper's terrible. I think you can't
Yes.
win the league without a top goalkeeper, and the
Yeah.
goalkeeper is awful. I don't understand. Well, I think actually we spoke about this a few weeks ago. Why didn't they buy a goalkeeper? It's
Mm.
almost like what we were going to end up doing at United, like not buying a goal. He's not top quality. You have to get a goalkeeper. Like he's just. I think he can be like you know that he's got a mistake in him at any point. You know, I don't think. I don't rate their goalkeeper, and I don't rate their centre backs. Like I know that they're probably their best centre back is injured, but there are other centre backs. I'm like, who are they? Like, do you know what I mean? The guy
Yeah,
for Fulham.
and it's all, yeah, the Fulham guy, it's the young Achampong they play. And it's always a different
Mm.
combination as well. Fofana was back in this week, and he went off injured again. I mean, I don't know what's happening with his case, just injury after injury, but it's always a different pairing at centre back. And with not a great goalkeeper as well, it's just not grounds for success, is it really?
Yeah, you don't win the league like that. You don't like you don't. You have to have a solid back four, and that's why I just think City have got the players. Like I really rate that left back, Golovkin
For
for
City.
City. Yeah, the centre back, left back, wherever he plays, he's so good. He's just like
Oh, Gvardiol, yeah.
yeah, him. He's just such a quality
Yeah.
player, and like like you've got to have like quality in your back line to win the league. And I think Arsenal obviously got it, and I think City have got it. And like you don't win the league with like pretenders in your back line. You know, you've got
Yeah.
to have a solid defense.
Yeah, for sure. I do think Chelsea are probably the best of the rest. As in, I think Liverpool will get third. It'll be the top three will be the top three in whatever order. And I do think there's a bit of a gap from Chelsea to like your Tottenham's, Villas, and United. So I don't think they'll struggle for top four. I think they're probably better than the rest. And then I think that fifth spot, if it goes to the Premier League, will be between sort of Villa, Tottenham, and Man U.
Mm.
How did you
Did you
feel about
boys?
the?
Did you watch Villa earlier?
I didn't. I watched the What game did I watch? Just watched it. I watched. My mind's gone blank. 'Cause I've got City and Liverpool in my mind. I watched Forest Leeds.
Okay.
I didn't see the
We'll touch on that in a second. But Villa battered Bournemouth. Like
Yeah.
they terrorized them. Like it was like the thing is that I think yeah, like I can't believe that where Villa were and now they're on the same points as Man United. You know, they've like flown up the league. You know, like they've flown up and they were really good. They like the thing is that like I'm glad that there was no panic, even amongst the like fan base or anything like that, because Emre is a quality manager, and they hammered them. And Areola is, you know, I'd want him to be United manager, and
Yeah.
they wiped them off the pitch today. It was really impressive. Ollie Watkins still not scoring, but like Villa looked really good. The
When did they
Marlins
play really
started
well?
to really come on. Onana's starting
Yeah.
to come on. They looked really quality, and yeah,
And like you said, Bournemouth are a good team as well. I know they lost last week, but they've been quality as well. So to do that to them, it's it's good going. I think Villa have won like 5 of the last 6 or something. So they're really on a bit of form as well. So
yeah.
yeah,
But what
they'll
about you,
bring.
Kai? Who are you saying top four?
It's tough because especially this early on in the season, you get a couple wins. As we just touched on Villa, they had a really bad start, and now they're on the same as Man United. It's not to sit on the fence. It's too early to call. But talk about the Villa game. They won the midfield battle. I think Emery likes to play out from the back, and he's good on the counter attack. Onana, Buendia, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Excellent today. Scored a great free kick as well. It's going to be tough. Obviously, look, we'll touch on Tottenham in a minute, but if they get a run together, they could be up there. Chelsea as well. It's really tough, man. You don't have in the Premier League these days the classic top four anymore. It's more like a kind of a top 7, top 8 now, where any team can really be up there. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's a hard one to call at the minute.
Obviously, 2 of the contenders went against each other as well. Tottenham, Man United. How are you feeling as a United fan about that game?
I just can't. I can't deal with we're just. It's the same problems. Like obviously, we've got no midfield basically. Anytime Casemiro is taken off, then we get battered. As soon as he leaves the pitch, we concede goals. And
just
he's
not.
33. Our whole team is actually built around Casemiro, and it's kind of embarrassing actually.
What do you think is going to
He's-
happen with Mainoo? Is he just wasting away now, or
I was just going to ask that. Yeah, where's he at?
Well, I just think that the manager doesn't rate him, and like I don't rate the manager, so but like the manager obviously doesn't rate him, and like he's just not. He doesn't even bring him on.
this is what I mean? He's just literally just sitting there wasting away. He's surely going to be looking for a loan move or something in January because he can't go on like that.
I mean, yeah, I mean he's got to get out and play. I think his England chance is gone, because he's not
Especially
the
with
kind of
Anderson doing
player.
so well.
Yeah, he's not the kind of player that goes on will go on loan and like bang in a load of goals. He plays. He needs to be in a system. I think I have like a weird feeling that I could see him maybe going to like somewhere like Palace and actually being really good. Because they want that they want to move the ball quickly. They want to I think he could be good there. If he went on loan, if they came in for him, or even somewhere like West Ham, because he's a good player when you want to move the ball quickly in transition. But yeah, he's not. The manager doesn't rate him. It's not his fault. I rate him. I think he should be in the team. I know it's kind of weird, but I would rather play him than Fernandes in that position, because Fernandes does not know what danger is. He just lets people run past him. He doesn't know what's going on. It's not his fault, because he's not a 6. He's a 10. And he's playing as a 6, and the manager never takes him off.
This is the thing. I just think your manager's just too rigid. He's not flexible at all. He's got his system. He will not move away from it at all, even when you don't have the players. Started playing Diallo more attacking now. You can see the benefit, and his performances are much better. And then as soon as he makes a sub and he puts Diallo back at wing back, and he's not a wing back. It's just not his position, but because he has to fit the system, he's moving players out of position. When you've got everyone in the right place, you look like a half decent team, but it's just I don't know. It's just got a backbone. I never trust you to see out a game,
He's just so intent on playing his formation, even though he doesn't have the squad to play his formation, and it doesn't make any sense. I don't rate him, and I don't like the game. We were in complete control. Casemiro goes off. Classic, and then we fought back. That's what I mean. We've kind of there's a belief that's coming. That we're not just going to get turned over. But we can't defend without Casemiro on the pitch. We can't.
The positives are obviously you've lost leads, but the positives are at least you've got the two sort of late equalisers. So the fight is still there. The belief is still amongst the players, and I think it's maybe 4 or 5 games unbeaten now. So at least they're not being rolled over, and letting their heads drop now. But Richarlison, man, does that guy annoy you as much as he annoys me?
I was just going to say his jokes, man. Every time he takes his shirt off to celebrate, man, he always concedes.
He does the whole. He never scores. Every time he scores, you'd think he's Pele. He does, man. So
I actually think he's a really good player.
Oh, man.
I think he's good. I think he's good.
Nah, he's
not good, man.
He's
very inconsistent. You see him score, it's like everything's just so over the top in performance.
He's got the arrogance of a guy that scores about 20 a season, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think he's a good player. I don't think he's. I wouldn't have him as my starting striker, but I'd have him in the squad. He cares. He runs about. I actually like Richarlison. I'm sorry. I'm probably in a club by myself, but I think he puts the hard yards in. I think he's a good player, actually.
But yeah, you're on your own. You're on your own,
Chuck.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, but I think Tottenham are terrible. I don't like.
Yeah. I keep saying that. To be fair, I was looking at their squad the other day. They have got a lot of injury problems. They do have a lot of players out injured. Your Solanke's out, Kulusevski's out, Maddison's out. There was quite a long list. I was actually surprised. I didn't realize they had that many injuries. But even so, they just don't move me, man. They're not. There's a lot of okay, but Jed Spence played well. I think he's looking better. Bentancur's all right. But yeah, Bentancur's all right. Palhinha's a good player, but there's a lot of rubbish there, man. Odegaard, I keep saying Odegaard, but I don't rate him.
Terrible.
Brennan Johnson's a mid-table player. For where they want to be pushing onto, they've got a lot of just average players. And Richarlison's another one for me. He's just not that good.
A lot of deadwood in it.
That goal he scored in the Champions League was crazy.
Do you think they're going to finish in the top 4? Because I don't.
No, I don't think so. No.
No.
I don't know who. Well, I think the top four will be not in this order, but in any order: Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea. And then I think the fifth. There's a bunch of teams. Yourself, Man United, Tottenham, Villa. You'd expect Newcastle to be up there as well, but
Wolf.
falling off a cliff, aren't they?
they're falling off a cliff. His neck could be on the chop. We're going into an international break as well. I don't know how ruthless these owners are, but do you reckon his time's coming to an end?
They want to. Come on, you can't even be talking about that. They
I
won a cup last year.
I don't think he should be sacked, but you know what owners like. We don't know Newcastle. They obviously since they've had the takeover, Eddie's been their man and they've stuck by him. But you just don't know what these owners are thinking. He's on a bad run of form. I think he's got credit in the bank. He deserves time to put it right. But yeah,
I think that it shouldn't even be a conversation. I think that Eddie's. I think he's one of the best managers in the league. I think that the Newcastle situation is a weird one, and I think the whole summer with Isak and I think to be honest, a lot of these players kind of let him down sometimes. I think Eddie Howe is a good manager though. I think that the signings have not really turned up. What is Elanga doing?
Elanga's done nothing. Obviously they've been really unlucky. Well, I don't know if that's unlucky or if it's a bad judgment to sign him, but he's been injured, so hasn't been able to get on the field. So Jacob Murphy as well. It's Jacob Murphy, isn't it? Well, not Jacob Murphy. Aaron Ramsey from Villa.
Ramsey, yeah.
They bought him and he sits on the bench, doesn't really do much when he comes on either. So yeah, the signings have been a bit.
Signings have let him down.
The squad, they're just weird. Away from home, they just keep getting turned over. It's a weird one. I think he can turn it around though. Like you say, he's a good manager, and they do have the squad.
I mean, they finished fifth last year and they won the cup. Yeah. You can't be like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're doing well in the Champions League. I think they've won 3 of their 4 games in the Champions League as well. So yeah, I don't think he'll be sacked. I'm just speculating because owners are crazy and we're going into an international break when it seems to happen. Talking of which, obviously we said Chelsea beat Wolves 3-0. Rob Edwards leaving Middlesbrough in a cushy position to come and take over Wolves at the bottom of the... It's a weird one. Where is the decision making there?
Has that story got any legs to it? Is it legit?
Yeah,
or
no,
is it just speculation?
No. He's signed 2 million.
Oh,
2 million.
Yeah, it's
happening.
It's pretty much done and confirmed, other than like a formal announcement. But obviously, he used to play for Wolves.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He's got an attachment, but he's not long been at Borough, and he's sitting cushy second in the league. You're more likely to get promoted with Borough than keep Wolves up. So unless he's been promised, even if he goes down, he gets next season to try and bring him back up. But
that's never the case.
This is what I'm saying. If he goes there and loses every game, they're going to sack him.
Because I think they're going to get banned.
Unless any things happen behind the scenes at the moment that we don't know about, he might look at it. I'm just speculating here. He might think, look, they're going to go down. They promised me a year or 2 to rebuild and get them back up. Who knows? But even that's a stretch in it. I don't know what he's thinking.
And the thing is that the Middlesbrough chairman's one of the most normal ones. He's been there for years. Steve Gibson backs his managers. Doesn't change much. It seems like a bit of a cushy job where he's doing so well as well. It's a strange one to go out that to jump into the fire pit. And the Wolves squad, we said on it before, it's just full of randoms. It's not a Premier League squad.
No ones, isn't it?
Yeah, they haven't replaced all the players they've let go. So they're thinking about chasing. It's just a strange. I think as a manager, you need to be very, very careful about the decisions you make. And this one just seems. I mean, obviously, if he's got an attachment to the club, maybe it's an emotional decision, but you've got to use your head over your heart sometimes.
I think they're going to get relegated, and I think they're going to sack him. That's what I think.
And then it will just be on the scrap heap again. When he had a good job. Good job at Borough.
And he'll have 2 relegations on his resume. Yeah. And exactly as you said, the Borough job's a good job. He's one of the best chairmen around, and yeah, I can't understand it at all. I did, because we talked about it. I did kind of do a little bit more research, and I was like, okay, so he did play there. And then I actually looked at their squad, and their squad is terrible. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes someone goes down, and you're like, okay, maybe you could take him. They've got no one. I wouldn't take anyone.
There's no one hanging out to say. This is what I was always saying when we was talking about West Ham. I was like, at least they've got Bowen, Paquette, these players who can dig you out of a hole. Look at the Wolves squad, and who's doing that for them? Who's grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck and taking the responsibility? And there's nobody there.
There's literally nobody. But how are you feeling? I know you're in the relegation zone at the moment. How are you feeling about West Ham, Kai?
Yeah, well, from a couple of weeks ago when we played Leeds away, and I was saying to you boys that there's just no fight in the team. It's 2 games in a row now where we've gone 1-0 down and we've come back to win. Souček again, ole ole, as they say. So yeah, man. Look, I think just to talk about the game, it was a bit of a dead rubber up to about the 70th minute, and then we kind of woke up. Bringing Souček on again was a really good choice by Nuno. Chuck him on, cause some issues, and he loves a goal. I think he's got 38 goals for us now, which is
Really?
crazy. Yeah, about 38 goals now. None of them penalties as well. This is one for you, Char. Since the beginning of last season, Souček has had more goal involvements than Bukayo Saka. Just chucking it out there. Yeah, man.
Saka's had injuries to do, so
non-penalty goal involvement, should I say? Non-penalty. Yeah, man. Look,
Saka's had injuries.
when you're down there, you just got to win at all costs, man. And I'm happy closing the gap. So, yeah, man, good stuff.
I'm just looking at the league table now. Yeah, I think it's a sensible decision to get Nuno in. It's the same with Forest and Dyche. They're sensible decisions. They're managers who are experienced at keeping clubs up and getting teams organised and having the team fighting for them. But yeah, I'm looking at the table now, and it's really tight down there. So from 14th Newcastle on 12 points down to Nottingham Forest on 9 points. That's 3 points separating 14th to 19th. So it's getting tight. Leeds and Burnley starting to drop points. They had a good start, but it's looking like the promoted teams could be dragged down again.
But I have said Leeds are 100% getting relegated. That manager does not know what he's doing.
Yeah,
they're going to be dropping like a stone. Leeds are down. Wolves and Leeds for me are down, and then I don't know who the third one is.
Leeds could make a change management.
I think they should. I really do. He just doesn't know what. He's a good championship.
They considered sacking him. They considered sacking him after promotion, didn't they? There was a lot of talk about them.
Yeah.
No, he's the manager you want in the championship, but he doesn't do it when he steps up to the Prem. But
yeah, he's not a Prem manager. He reminds me of Robert Earnshaw from back in the day. Amazing in the championship.
Yeah,
so good,
definitely.
But in the Prem, can't do it in the Prem at all. Just stay away. Just manage in the championship. Just bring clubs up. Yeah. He's just not good enough.
Fulham are floating about down there as well.
Yeah, but again, I think the manager's too good. I really rate. I really rate the manager. I think he's going to.
Yeah, the manager's good, and they've got some good players. I just think they lack a bit of cutting edge, a bit of goal scoring. They've got no real goal scorer. Even their midfield players are tidy players who look good, but where's the end product coming from?
Yeah,
but I think they'll be too good. But
I think they'll collect enough points. But like I said, it is for me. It's Leeds and Wolves. I'm like in the bank, and then I have no idea because you just don't know. Someone could get pulled in. Like Villa were down there at the bottom. Like recently. So like I think the quality teams will pull away, and like you said, Burnley again sucked back in. And then it's kind of everyone's down there at the moment, like scrapping at the moment. But I think Forest and West Ham will stay up though.
I think they're too many good players, and now they've got good Premier League managers as well. I think they'll start to rise up the table, which is why I'll worry for Leeds and Burnley really, because again Newcastle you wouldn't imagine would stick it around in their relegation scrap, and Fulham are probably too good as well. So. It's looking a bit peak for Leeds and Burnley really.
But Sunderland. I mean, obviously, Sunderland they're not like it's not like they're actually good. They've
got 19 points on the board already. They only really need another 10 and they're safe. So they're all right, man. And they play with that intensity as well. And Xhaka leading that on the pitch, but. I've been impressed with him a few times this season, but seeing him against my club and that's the toughest 45 minutes we've had against anyone. And we played.
They just dominate the ball, actually. They're
in your face, man. They're on it.
It's because of Xhaka, actually. Do you know what I mean? They're not afraid of the ball.
He's the leader. Other Premier League games, we had Palace Brighton. I didn't see the game, but it's a 0-0. I don't know if you want to mention anything on those two teams.
I mean, I think Palace are just I think I've been talking to a couple of my mates, United fans, about our next manager because this is what we like to dream about, and I think I think Glasner's just doing such a great job, and I think we should always just mention that. It's always you've got to throw
he's
it
a
in
good
and
manager.
say
You forget as well. He won.
doing.
Yeah, I mean to win an FA Cup with Palace, you forget that previously before joining Palace, he also won the Europa League with Frankfurt as well. So he's got that track record of results. And I think a bigger club will come in for him at some point. There's a few good managers like that. Iraola, like you say, Glasner, even Silver at Fulham. There's some good managers in the lower end of the Premier League that are ready to be snapped up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you remember when before Company got the job, that they tried to Bayern tried to get him because he is a top manager. I read a really actually cool article this week to say that that you should watch Palace actually in Europe because this will be the decider if he ends up at a big club because for the first time because not in the league people are not doing it but like for the first time in Europe Palace are the best team, so people are just like low block. They're not even they're not even trying to beat them, they're just like, and Palace can't break them down, so I think it's an interesting time for him with people like being like actually they're good, let's sit in and see if they can break us down. So it's an interesting kind of like what are they going to do, how are they going to do it. But yeah, like a draw with Brighton's a good result, Brighton.
Yeah, I think they're two similar. They're two good teams that probably just cancel. I didn't see the match, but they probably just cancel each other out and 2-0. But anyone got any other talking points you wanted to cover from the weekend's games? Are you happy to move on?
Happy to move on.
I'm happy to move on, man. Yeah.
Was that Chuck?
Should we do England?
Yes, let's talk about the England squad.
That
guy wasn't involved, unfortunately. I was expecting to see his name pop up, I was expecting to see Daniel Welbeck.
Expected it.
Were you boys serious about that, or was it just bent?
No, I'm not saying I think he's going to go, but I thought he'd be in the squad. I thought he'd have a look at him. He seems to me to be picking players on form. Yeah, I mean, obviously it didn't happen, but
I just don't think he's the right. And I actually, there isn't a replacement because he's so good. I think actually, have you seen how good Harry Kane has been this year?
Yeah, I mean, Kane.
I think everyone's like ignoring it because we're kind of used to it. He's unbelievable. He's scoring every single game. He's like, he's silly good, and I'm so it fills me with hope for the World Cup, because he's unbelievable. And I know
I hope he's fresh for it because the last Euros he wasn't fit, and you could see it, and it affected him. And
to drop deep in it and all that, and spray passes around, and yeah.
I think he just didn't play to his strengths, Kai. I think we didn't and Tuchel is completely bought in on the team is built around Kane, and I think we're gonna reap the benefits of it. Like we go as Kane goes, and so I just don't, and really there isn't a replacement, but I just don't think. I think if I look at what Tuchel's maybe thinking is that Danny Welbeck's nothing like Kane. Like he doesn't have like that's maybe what he's thinking. That's maybe why he hasn't called him up. I think he's decided on what he wants from his forward players, and I think that Danny doesn't fit into that realm.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the squad now, though, but Kane's the only like real recognisable striker in the squad, and that was more my point. I don't think Danny Welbeck was like the next one in line because Watkins not scoring, Solanke's injured, Delap's coming back from injury. I just thought maybe he'd throw him in and have a look at him, but it hasn't happened. And I suppose I doubt he would have taken him to the World Cup anyway, so it's maybe a waste of a spot. But there's no other striker in the squad. You've got Rashford, Owen, Gordon, who can play up front, but they're not legit strikers. So if something happens to Kane, who do we turn to? That was my only point.
Did you hear the press conference? He said that he sees Foden as a 9. He said he sees Foden, and he said I'm not. I'm just quoting him. He said that he sees Foden and he sees Bellingham as 9-10s. He said about both.
Well, yeah. Bellingham's done that sort of false 9 role for Real Madrid before Mbappe came, and he done it really well. So that could be an option for sure.
But that's what he said, So like, I just don't think he's looking at other strikers. I think he's.
I think we need Kane bubble wrapped and just if he's fit and ready, then I think that's our best chance winning because he's hitting Haaland numbers, and it's insane.
Yeah, I think it's also it's good. It's like I'm like this is good because the Bayern are going to run away with the league and then he can chill. It'll depend on it'll depend on the where they go in the Champions League and how far they go. But in terms of the league, they're going to wrap that up.
Yeah. Luis Diaz is going on crazy over there as well, by the way. Just for
he's I don't know why Liverpool sold him.
It's a strange one.
Super good. It didn't make any sense to me.
Tearing it up over there. Midfield, what are we thinking? You've got Anderson's in there, Wharton's back in now, and they've also called up Alex Scott from Bournemouth. It's a little battle going on there.
Great this year. He was terrible today, but I think he's been good this year. He deserves a look.
Yeah, it's good to have a look at. I like all of them actually, and I think Wharton's quality, but Anderson's going on me as well. I was watching the Forest game today, and he's a really good player. You know, he can do it all. He does the defensive side, and he can play the attacking pass as well. He scored his penalty as well. So
it's going to sound outrageous, but he reminds me of Gerrard. Style-wise, yeah. He's combative.
He does everything. He's a complete midfielder. You know, maybe he obviously needs to go to those levels, but yeah, I think he's got the spot at the minute because Wharton's been injured around England squads previously, and Anderson started the last few games. I feel like it's his spot to lose.
I just think that one of the issues is going to be that we're trying to play like he wants to play like we're playing like a pressing style, which you're not going to be able to play in America. It's going to be so hot. Like I think that we need to like change tack and be trying to like control the game a bit more, and that's where I think Wharton comes in, and that's where I think that Wharton or Mainu or someone like that to control the game, because you're not going to be able to press in 40 degrees like heat, you know, in the peak summer of America.
When it comes to playing these bigger teams, these France and these Spains, are we going to be able to control it anyway? That's always been our problem, I think, in those games. Those technical midfielders, we've always had that combative all-rounders, you heart and grit, and even your Gerrards and your Lampards and stuff, great players, but they're not really your controlling types, you know. But I suppose Wharton is, which is what you're saying. But do we have the players around that to control against your Spain?
Wharton and Rice sounds perfect to me. Rice plays a controlling game for Arsenal.
Yeah, well, Zubimendi does a lot of that though. the Spanish one,
that's why you play Wharton. Wharton does it, and then Rice supports it. Rice is super good. You know,
no, Rice is amazing. Yeah, I don't need to tell me how good Rice is, but it'd be interesting.
I just think, and another thing, I think that I don't know why Slabhead's not in. But then at the end of the day, maybe you don't need to put him in the squad. You just take him, because I think
you know what you're going to get from him.
I just don't. If I don't think he should be starting, but like if I would rather. And I like Konza actually. I think he's a decent player, but I would rather Slabhead than Konza. As there's not even like it's not even. It's not even.
Definitely. I'm with you on that.
And I just don't rate Dan Burn. I just can't. I don't get why he keeps. Like, I don't rate him, but like, I just like.
Did you see his goal in the Champions League the other day?
Yeah, it was outrageous.
I don't even understand how you can spin a header like that. It was insane, but yeah.
It was a great
Bird's all right. But I think your centre backs are Gahey, Stones, Konsa, and I'll probably take Slabhead as well.
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't want to see Dan Burn like on the pitch, like. But
he's picked it every squad. He's gonna have to get injured. He's going to the World Cup, man. He's going.
Nico Riley also called up. I really rate him.
Yes, Lewis Skelly dropped out. He hasn't played enough games, and Nico Riley's playing really well recently. It's a shame for Lewis Skelly because he was. It's hard to get into this Arsenal team, you know. Calafiori's playing so well. We've brought in Nketiah now as well. But, I don't know what he does. I don't know what he does to get back in. It's nothing that he's done wrong. It's just that Calafiori's playing so well. It's a shame.
Calafiori, for me, is just a better player. Like, not that Skelly's not good, but, like, Calafiori is like, he's, like, probably one of the best left-backs. Like, centre-back, left-back.
He pops up everywhere on the pitch. He'll pop up in centre forward, and he's got a crazy technique. He does it all. He's like a perfect player for Arteta's system as well.
Yeah, I just think he's.
I think we might we might, once Nkapke's up and running as the backup left back, I think we might move Skelly into midfield, because in the youth teams he used to play centre midfield and then he sort of was doing a job at left back. But I think his future might be further up the pitch. But again, you're trying to get through. You're trying to get through Rice and Zubimendi, so it's a tough one. But he's young.
He's young. But I would like to take him because I think explosive off the he adds a different element to England. You know, like we haven't had a left back like that since probably Ashley Cole. Like Luke Shaw's been solid, but he hasn't got that burst of pace that Skelly's got. But yeah, I'm glad that, because last time we didn't even take a left back, so I'm glad that we Shaw ended up playing towards the latter end of the tournament, but like we didn't take a backup. I think so. I'm glad we've got options. So yeah, like the thing for me that concerns me is centre backs, and if anything happens to Kane, you know. But I was like happy with the squad.
I'm happy. I like the fact that he's giving players who are on form a chance as well. I think it's a good attitude to have. Obviously, the other talking points for Foden and Bellingham are back in the squad. I think that was expected.
Foden's been good.
He's picking up a bit.
Good. They deserve to be back in. I think Foden's been terrible for England. But on form, he deserves to be back in, and I don't rate Morgan Gibbs. There's no anyone who watches Morgan Gibbs and Foden, you can't like. Do you know what I mean? Well, he knows Loftus. He knows Loftus from his old Chelsea days, doesn't he? Loftus. I don't think Loftus will. We go into the World Cup, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the squad. I think. I think that Palmer ends up being in the squad when he's fit because he's too good not to take. But yeah, what did you think about Tuchel saying that he wants to stay?
I didn't know. Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that he would.
For beyond the World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, that he's enjoying it, and that he's like. But my only problem with that is then you need to because I've been fine with how he's been going about the job, because he's like, we're just trying to win the World Cup. But then you have to start playing, you need to take Henderson out of the squad then, for me, because you're supposed to be. No, because then if you're not just here for the World Cup, then you have to be building the English.
Yeah, you need to be bringing through. Yeah,
exactly. You need to be invested in it, But if you're just doing one tournament, then Dan Burn, Henderson, if this is what you think you need to do, then fine. But if you're staying as the England manager long term, then you need to be building the England team.
You do, but I think just concentrate on winning this, man. Just concentrate on winning this one, and then we can talk. You can have the keys to the country. Just concentrate. Honestly, we just need to go over the line, man. It's the same with my attitude with Arsenal right now. That's why with the style of play and stuff, I'm just I don't care how it comes now. Second, so many times with England and with Arsenal, either way, I just want one of them to get over that line and bring me back a trophy, please. And I don't care how it comes.
I don't see it, to be honest. I just don't. I can't and I mean we're gonna do a big World Cup rundown. But I just think that when I look around, I think that Spain and France are just much better than us. There's just nothing there's nothing we can do. They're just both of those teams are just much. So unless somebody else knocks them out, if we play Spain or France, they're gonna beat us.
This is the problem. It has always been our problem. We come up against that one team is better, and we go down fighting, but we ultimately go down.
Yeah, I just think that they're both better. So unless someone else beats them and they have an off day against
the chance was the first Euros final against Italy. That's the one we were the better team and we should have taken the game to them and won. The second one, we didn't really play that great during the tournament, and Spain are a much better team than us, so kind of expected. But that first one, we should have got the job done.
We should have won the Euros.
We should have won it. We should have won it. It's at Wembley as well. There was no excuse for that one, but
we should have won it. But then I can't. Obviously, I'll be getting pumped up and I'll be excited and I want us to win it. But I think in the heat as well, I think it's going to be. I kind of think Argentina are going to win it. I think it's going to be Spain or Argentina. I think France and Spain are the best teams. But I think that the heat is going to be horrible, and it's going to be lean into South Americans, and Brazil are not good. And so then it's Argentina, and it's Spain because they're going to be able to handle the heat. And like our players are going to hate it. Like our players are not going to like we're not used to playing in those sort of temperatures, and I think and that's why it goes back to like the style of play and the possession-based play, because I think we need to switch it up, because you can't press in heat. So a couple of concerns, but I think it will go as far as Kane takes us, and honestly, I want Bayern to wrap up the league by like March, and then he can just chill, play Champions League games, and he is hopping them in.
We need him fit. We need him fit and firing because that's what was lacking in the last one, and he's the key. He's the key.
Yeah. We essentially went. We basically went to the Euro final without Kane, basically.
Yeah, we was accommodating him, and I don't want to go over all ground, but you saw in the semi-final when we took him off and brought Watkins on, the difference it made, and I just don't know why we waited so long in the final. He clearly wasn't fit, but I mean it's old news. It is what it is. But I just it's another opportunity.
But yeah, so should we push on some boxing?
Yeah, let's talk boxing, man. Eubank, Ben, fight week, had their face off. What's your takeaways from it?
I just think that, like, I don't get why Ben gets what, like, he knows that he's winding him up. I don't know why he's like...
And he's trying to play this new catch. It's like, no, I'm going to keep it calm. I'm not going to let the head games work. But you can see in his face, he's getting rolled up and rolled up. I think it's just his natural personality. He's a hothead, man. Eubank's sitting there all, he's one away. He's trying. You can tell he's said to himself, don't let him get in your head. Don't let him get in your head. And he just underneath.
But he's letting him get in his head again.
Yeah. This is perfect, man. They're so good together. I love it.
I mean, my take on this is that Eubank is just a much better boxer than him. I just think, for me, and I know the first fight, and it was a good fight, but like everything was weighted towards Ben, and Eubank still beat him up. And I think he's going to beat him up again. And I just, that's how I feel about it.
I think he's watched back the fight, and his coaches, whatever, and they've told him where he's come to the conclusion that he needs to not get so emotional and just try and take his head off, and he needs to try and box him. But I don't think, like I said, he's not a better boxer than Eubank. I think Eubank's a better boxer. So if he tries to have a boxing match with him, he'll get outboxed. Ironically enough, we're saying why is he getting so wound up? But that might actually be the key to him winning. He's just getting stuck in and Steven trying to land one big shot on him. I feel like that's his only chance, but I don't know if he carries that power. And Eubank's got a solid chin as well. He's only got the 1 KO against Liam Smith against him. I don't think Ben, at the size that he is, he can hurt him, but I don't think he can take him out. So I think he's going to go the same way. It will be a war. Ben will come out of it still looking good with his heart, and grit. But yeah, I think Eubank gets the job done again, man. It could change in fight week. You could flip flop in fight week when we see the weigh-ins and the press conference and stuff. But my early prediction is it goes the same way. I don't see what Ben can do differently. Yes, Eubank's grown old overnight. What did the first fight take out of him? Because he is obviously a lot older as well. So Father Time can catch up to him.
I think that's right. I think that's fair for you to say that he could just come out, like, do you know what I mean? Because you never know, Father Time is undefeated, so like, yeah, maybe his age has caught up with him, but I think otherwise there's nothing for me, that I can see that like makes me think it's going to go a different way. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be a slugfest, but I think that if the rules weren't, and I'm actually, you might know this better than me, I don't know what the rules are this time, but if the rules weren't so weighted last time, I think he would have been much more comfortable.
I think it's exactly the same. I think, the terms are the same, the weights and stuff, so yeah, I think it's going to be an entertaining fight because those two their styles just mesh, don't they? So,
well, Ben's going to be more comfortable at the weight now.
Yeah.
So I think Ben will be like, he's more comfortable. He's been that weight for a while, So I think that it'll be more comfortable. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I like to see a good fight. Yeah, I just can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see the result being changed. but yeah, excited. I love it when there's a fight coming up. You know, we've got lots to take in, and then big fight on Saturday. So yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah,
Even
same.
though
Looking forward to that one. We'll talk more about it in the week anyway. In the lead up to the fight, but I know you wanted to touch on the Jake Paul stuff.
well, I just think it's an interesting thing because Jake Paul, you know, I think he's terrible for boxing. Like I don't think he's good for boxing, but he does bring the numbers in. And essentially, it was Netflix that kind of forced the cancellation because they were like they weren't gonna, you know, they're paying the money actually, they're showing the fight. But yeah, it was pressure from them that forced them to cancel it, and that's why it's taken so long. You know, look how close we've got to the fight actually happening. And I think completely should be stopped. Like it should, like what? I mean, you can't be beating up women, you know. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
I mean,
Like,
Javante is just
what are you
disgusting, isn't it?
doing?
And it's not the first time either.
No,
He's done it so many times now. It's like what are you doing, man?
yeah. So I'm glad it's been cancelled. It's now like the kind of mess of everyone wanting to fight him now because they want the payday, don't they?
What? Did you see Francis Ngannou said he got offered the fight and he's like he turned it down out of hand and said, "Look, don't disrespect me like that. You can't go from fighting Javante, who's 5 foot nothing, to fighting me." But I don't know why he didn't just take the payday.
I think he thumped
You're
him up.
Francis Ngannou, you will destroy Jake Paul, surely.
Yeah, but
That's
I
nice
think
of him. He took, you know, AJ donged him out, but he put Tyson Fury down. I know he's saying, "Oh, don't disrespect," but you take the money. It's going to be a massive payday. You get in there, you destroy Jake Paul, you become the guy who knocked out the guy that everybody wants to see get knocked out. Why has he turned it down? If the offer was serious, I don't. Also, why has Jake Paul offered him the fight? What is he thinking? You got
I don't
as
know what
much as
Jake's.
you dislike him, you have to rate the nuts on the man if he really has offered Francis Ngannou a fight. And they're talking about Anthony Joshua as well, which is madness.
Please no, please AJ,
No,
just for the like my. You want to see
no,
it?
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But I prefer to see Ngannou just get in there and just take his chin off.
I think that Ngannou's probably like I would be less mad with Ngannou thumping him up because he's a UFC fighter. I don't
Yeah.
want to. Like AJ's gonna murder him. Like,
Yeah, it's like, but this is what I mean. What's the angle from Jake Paul? Why does he want? Well, I don't think he actually. I think it's just clout in it. I think he's using AJ's name as clout. Surely he's not going to get in the ring with Anthony Joshua.
no,
There's
he's not.
there's
I don't
nothing
think
to
so.
gain from that. There's nothing to gain from that.
No, and AJ, like again, you saw with Ngannou, like AJ would thump him up. like
Yeah.
the thing
Like
is
they
with
wouldn't even.
like boxing's not a joke, and this is what like I don't like. Not that I think Jake Paul trains in it, but it's not like you to be a boxer is like it's different. Like Ngannou's a great fighter, you know, but like when he got in the ring with someone taking it seriously as a boxing fight, he got absolutely thumped up. Like because it's a different thing, you know.
Yeah, you
Um,
don't play boxing, man. And like you say, I don't think Jake Paul does play. I think he does live the life. He does put in the hours and stuff, but he's nowhere near those levels. Tommy Fury beat him. That's your
yeah,
level, man.
exactly. And that's what I mean. I can't.
I think he's just going to be a load of clout. He's using these names, and he'll probably just get in there with someone again who's either a retired UFC fighter or somebody who's much smaller than him, and that's what's
Yeah,
going to happen.
there's no way
I,
he's
I wouldn't
fighting
mind. I wouldn't mind
anyone.
seeing him with a retired boxer if it was someone like Tony Bellew or Carl Froch. I know they're old and they're way past it, but I still think they can get in there and just give him a few digs, man. Just end this whole thing. I just want to see someone end it.
I just think he's too. I think he's too fit to like in terms of his fitness. I think he would beat a Bellew or a Carl. They're too old.
They're old. I mean, the Froch is pushing
He's not
50.
fought for about 10 years.
No, I know. But
You can
still,
just got back in and dump him up.
I can't live in a world where Jake Paul beats Bellew or Froch, man. They're too good. Like it's not Mike Tyson's 60 odd, like he's way gone. But Froch and Bellew is still they're a couple of weeks in the gym, man. They'll get back in shape. They can
No, I don't know.
slowly, man.
I'd be
Slowly.
interested. I'd be interested to watch that. Like that would
Yeah,
intrigue me. Yeah,
because I think if he gets in with any real boxer, he's going to lose. He's beating up these old retired UFC fighters because they're not boxers, and the smaller boxers he can beat because of size. But if it's someone his size who is a boxer but is retired, it makes a bit more sense.
I
At
think he
least there's
would have.
that kind of interest there.
I think he would have got thumped up in this fight. the fight that got cancelled. I think he was going to go top.
I think he would have just been outboxed, but I mean, Gervonta's crazy powerful, but he's way bigger than him. I don't know if he could knock out Jake Paul.
I don't know if he could knock him out, but I think he would have thumped him up.
Yeah, I mean, he's too good. He's too quick. But then Jake Paul, the one thing you have to say about him, he does have power, man. He knocks people out. He does knock people out, so if he catches you...
Not boxers, dude. Not boxers.
No, I know. But he's power, and Gervonta's so small. Gervonta's tiny. Like, really small.
He's a boxer, though.
I fully would have expected him to not get hit. Too good to get hit. But if he did hit him, just from a pure physical standpoint, he could do some damage. But I don't think he'd be able to catch Gervonta. He's quick. He's too skilled. He's one of the best boxers in the world. Like, technically.
That's what I mean. He's a boxer. He's not. I think he was going to top him. I was looking forward to him getting topped up, to be honest.
Yeah. But by someone so small as well, so he can stop talking and waffle. I don't even really. I've come to I don't watch it. I don't watch the Misfits and stuff. But I see a few clips. I don't even really mind it. Like, if I'm walking past the pub and two people having a fight, I'll stop and watch. So it's fighting. So I enjoy watching fights. But the thing that annoys me is when they start saying, "Oh, I'm this and I'm that," and I'm talking about calling out Canelo. And just, if you stay in your lane and say, "Yeah, I'm just this YouTube guy and I like to fight other YouTube guys," cool. I don't mind. I've had a white collar fight before. I can't box. And he can't box. That's fine. But it's when they start saying, "I'm gonna beat Canelo and I'm gonna beat AJ," it's like, shut up. That's the rubbish, because then the kids actually believe it as well. It's like, the best
kids
boxer
believe it, and then the online discourse.
That's where I'm like, and I understand they got to do it because it brings in money, but that's what gets on my nerves. If they just stayed in their lane and realised and was honest about what they're doing and who they are, that's fine. Just say, "I'm the best YouTube boxer." That's cool.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. Like, exactly. I think we're on the same page there. Like, I would love to see. I don't mind him doing his thing and he's making money and whatever. Like, I never like disrespect anyone's hustle, but I just don't. Canelo would like literally clean your head off, bro.
And I hate the whole Mike Tyson thing. I hated.
That was horrible. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
I did watch it because I'm a glutton. I was too intrigued. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it next day. It was intrigued. I was like, I want to see what, because it's a circus. But this is I'm part of the problem, because if I watch it, they get the viewers and it carries on. So I understand that's how it all works. But
that's why
it's a circus, isn't it? Yeah, I know. It's a circus, but I hated it. Like, old man Mike Tyson, but then he's not bothered. He got paid, didn't he? So yeah, it is what it is.
But yeah, I guess we'll check back in a week after the weigh-in.
Yeah, and we're definitely interested to see who the replacement will be for Gervonta as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else you wanted to in the world of sport?
No, I think that's it.
Good. All good. All right.
People. Well, I'll speak to you in the week.
Nice one. Catch you soon.
See ya.